What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the Virizion, Cobalion, Terrakion counter guide in Pokemon Go to make sure you know everything you need to know about these Pokemon and catch hopefully 100% IV. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion in Pokemon Go? I'm actually kind of excited to have the move that I've been waiting for all of them to have, which is going to be Sacred Sword. So that move is going to be, I think, a big increase to these Pokemon. So we will come out with a video where we're going to analyze that. But more importantly, if you guys do need raids, please check the pinned comments below for the Discord. Discord's totally free. If you want to take it to the next level and raid a little bit harder, you have that availability there too. So with all that said, guys, let's jump right into it. We're going to cover all three in this video. So we're not going to cover all the counters and everything like that. I'm going to be quick and efficient with this and make sure that you guys have everything you need to know, because we have 3 raid bosses. And if you are partying up with the right people, the counters are not going to be the most important things out there. So with all that said, let's jump right in. These Swords of Justice are going to be out from Friday, November 5th at 10 a.m. all the way until Tuesday, November 16th at 10 a.m. local time, which will then be taken over by the next raid boss. Starting off, we have Cobalion, which is going to be maxed out CP at 3417. It has an attack value of 192, defense of 229, and a stamina of 209. This is going to be a fighting and a steel type Pokemon, so it's going to have just a couple of weaknesses based on that pairing. The weaknesses are going to be ground, fire, and fighting. And it's going to double resist bug, double resist poison, as well as double resist rock, and then have a bunch of single resistances in there as well. This Pokemon has a 100% IV, level 20 at 1727, and then it's going to be boosted in 2 conditions, which are going to be cloudy weather as well as snowy weather for the steel typing. And that's going to take it all the way to level 25 at 2159, so those are going to be the 2 100% IVs to look out for. It's going to have the moveset of Metal Claw and Zen Headbutt, and it's going to have charge moves of Close Combat, Stone Edge, as well as Iron Head. And just to put this out there, yes, it does get Sacred Sword, but it will not be able to have it when fighting against it. So we're not really going to have to take that move into account, even though it is a fighting move, and it will be countered just the same as Close Combat. For this Pokemon, it's going to take 2.33 trainers according to Pokebattler, so technically it's going to take 3. Maybe we'll try to duo it to see what happens. And the top Mega and Shadow Pokemon, number 1 is going to be Mega Charizard Y. Mega Charizard Y is an absolute beast out there. Fire Spin and Blast Burn Calm Day move, and then in counter number 2, we have Shadow Machamp, which is going to be counter and Dynamic Punch. So those 2 Pokemon are going to be hitting the hardest. And then in counter spot number 3, we have Shadow Entei with Fire Fang and Overheat, followed by counter number 4, which is going to be Fire Spin Overheat on the Shadow Moltres. So those are going to be the top 4 counters right there. I have, fortunately, all of those Shadow Pokemon powered up, and obviously we do have the Mega as well, that I have my Charizard maxed out to level 50, so I'm sitting really good with those counters. They're going to be beastly, but if you don't have Megas that you want to use, or you don't want to use Shadows, we have Reshiram with Fire Fang Overheat. We also have Lucario with counter and Aura Sphere. We have Conkeldurr with counter and Dynamic Punch, followed by Darmanitan in the Fire form with Fire Fang and Overheat, followed by Chandelure with Fire Spin and Overheat. So if you guys do want to see any more of those counters, you can pause and go over here, which is going to lead us into the next Pokemon that we're going to be after, which is going to be Terrakion. So Terrakion is going to change it up a little bit. It's going to be a rock and a fighting type Pokemon, not quite as resistant as the Cobalion. With a max CP of 4181, an attack of 260, a defense of 192, and a stamina of 209. This Pokemon's going to have a lot more weaknesses, which is going to be Water, Steel, Psychic, Ground, Grass, Fairy, and Fighting. And the 100% IV at level 20 is going to be 2,113 and boosted in 2 conditions, which are going to be cloudy as well as partly cloudy for the Fighting and the Rock, at a 100% IV at level 25 at 2,641. And the movesets are going to be quick moves of Zen Headbutt and Smackdown. And the charge moves are going to be Close Combat, Earthquake, as well as Rock Slide. And then obviously this one does get the Sacred Sword as well, but it is not going to be fighting with it in the battle, only once you catch it. And then how many trainers are you going to need? 1.89 to take down this Pokemon, so technically it is doable, so that is one thing to look out for. And what makes it doable is that the number 1 counter is going to be Shadow Mewtwo with Confusion and Psystrike, or Cycle Cut and Psystrike on that Pokemon. Extremely deadly and strong for that Shadow. That one, I just want to point out, is 417 seconds to take down this Pokemon. And then in counter spot number 2 for Shadows, we have Shadow Metagross with Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash being the Calm Day move, which then leads us into the next Shadow counter, which is going to be Water Gun and Hydro Cannon Comday move on the Shadow Swampert, and the Mega Pokemon that's going to be recommended for Terrakion is going to be Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. And then moving on to the non-Megas and non-Shadows, we do have number 1, which is going to be Mewtwo with Confusion or Psycho Cut in combination with Psystrike move on that Pokemon. It has to have that to be the most powerful. And then we have the Metagross with the Bullet Punch as well as Meteor Mash. We do have Mega Gyarados in there. Mega Blastoise is obviously in there, which we have already covered. And Mega Venusaur, but then also the next counter is going to be Terrakion against itself, Zen Headbutt as well as Close Combat, because Terrakion is going to be weak to fighting because it is a rock type and fighting does not resist fighting. And then we have Hoopa and Zarude if you guys do want to use those, but probably not the most common one. So next we will check out is going to be Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch. And then the other one I'm going to point out is going to be Kyogre with Waterfall and Surf. And that's going to do it for the Terrakion, which then is going to lead us into the last of the trio, which is going to be Virizion. And Virizion is going to be a grass and a fighting type Pokemon. It has the exact same stats as the Cobalion. It's going to be 3-4-1-7 for the 100% IV maxed out to level 50, a 192 attack, a 229 defense, and a 209 as far as the stamina. Grass and fighting type Pokemon in this one is going to include the weaknesses of double resistant to flying, single resistant to psychic, poison, as well as ice, fire, and fairy. If you do want to check out the resistances, you can pause here. That's not really what we're going to be focusing on right now. The 100% IVs are going to be 1727, level 20, or boosted in 2 conditions, which are going to be cloudy weather for the fighting and sunny weather all the way to 2159 at that level 25. And the fast moves are going to be Quick Attack as well as Zen Headbutt. And the charge moves are going to be Close Combat, Stone Edge, as well as Leaf Blade. And once again, it does get the Sacred Sword now, but it is not going to be fighting with that move. It's only once you catch it. And since this Pokemon is going to be double weak to flying, and there's some pretty powerful flying type attackers out there, including Shadow Moltres, which we will check out here in a second, 1.55 trainers according to Pokebattle to take this down, so it is a definite doable Pokemon. So as far as the counter goes, we have number 1, what did I talk about? Shadow Moltres, Wing Attack and Sky Attack. Sky Attack is a raid move, so you cannot regular TM that move onto that Pokemon, but it is quite beastly, and I may consider putting that on my Shadow Moltres just for this situation here. In counter spot number 2, we have Mega Pidgeot with Gust and Brave Bird. In counter spot number 3, we have Honchkrow with Peck and Sky Attack. And then Shadow Staraptor in spot number 4 with Wing Attack and Brave Bird. So those are going to be the Pokemon that we are in the top spots for the Shadows and Megas as well. And now onto the non-Shadows and non-Megas, we have Wing Attack, Sky Attack on the regular Moltres. In the next spot, we have Air Slash and Hurricane on Rayquaza. We'll get a Mega at some point, which will make it a very, very dominant flying type attacker. We have Mega Charizard Y with Air Slash and Blast Burn. We have Honchkrow with Peck and Sky Attack. And then we have Yveltal with Gust and Hurricane. So definitely focus on those Pokemon. So as far as the Swords of Justice, guys, make sure you guys are ready to go. Number 1, know the 100% IVs, know the weaknesses as well, including the double weakness for the Virizion, and set yourself up with either Mega Pokemon or other Pokemon that are going to help you succeed against these Pokemon. And if you are looking for a Mega that's going to help out most of these Pokemon, Mega Charizard Y will help out, but you cannot use it against the Terrakion because Mega Charizard is going to be double weak to rock with fire and flying. So I just want to point that out there, but it is a fire and a flying type Pokemon, so it will be beneficial for both Pokemon out there, including the Cobalion, which is going to be weak to fire, as well as the Virizion that's weak to flying, double weak, and it's also weak to fire as well. So that Pokemon is probably the best Mega to use, but beyond that, guys, you do have to be a little bit more specific to the counters that you're using. Set up your parties appropriately according to these counters, and if you do want more or quick reference guides, you guys can definitely check out my Instagram at the Trainer Club with 2 B's. So with all that said, guys, I hope this helps you guys out. Remember the 100% IVs and get after these Pokemon. Thank you to all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.